Hey everybody, it's Norm from Tested, and for today's show and tell, I want to talk to you about toys, action figures, collectibles, whatever you want to call them. You may not know this, but one of my personal hobbies is toy photography, and I love taking photos of miniature models or action figures, and always on the lookout for new toys and new figures that I can buy and photograph. So at home, I collect a lot of 6th scale figures. You may have seen these. These are the more taller ones, 12 inches taller or higher, from companies like Sideshow Collectibles or Hot Toys and some of the other companies we've done interviews with at shows like Comic-Con. But there are a lot of toy companies at conventions like Comic-Con, and one that's been around for a while that I want to put a spotlight on because I think they've done a great job over the past couple of years. Probably the most improved toy company in my mind is Mezco Toys. They may be more known in the past for some of their horror licenses and less traditional toys, but for the past couple of years they have a new line called the 1/12 Collective. That's 1/12 scale as opposed to 12 inches tall, a little shorter, but highly detailed and highly posable figures, of which I have a few right here. And one of the reasons I think that some of their 1/12 toys, I don't think all of them universally are necessarily the best quality, but some of them are definitely worth picking up, is because of the cut and sew, the clothing that they put on their figures. From characters like, Ronin Wolverines, from films from the MCU, of course from Thor Ragnarok, to even older films like Evil Dead. The detail in these figures are good for this scale, but it's really, I think, the cut and sew, the clothing that puts them above and makes them great for something like collecting and toy photography. Even within a single figure, there's a bunch of different fabrics used. You have things like nylon for a flowy cape, which is ripe for putting an armature underneath. You have faux leather here, even soft plastic, and even under the plastic around the collar, you have more faux leather there, and some canvas here with stitching and screen printing that goes from the plastic onto the pants for some added relief. All of that makes it look really good under light, and so it holds under the posability of the figure underneath. And the figures themselves are pretty posable. What I like is that the stand that's included with them is a stand that grips them from the back. A lot of these toys have the kind of crotch grabbing stands where you plug them in and you move it up and down, but doesn't allow for posability. It allows for display, for standing upright. These stands have a couple hinges and articulate and even twist, so you can have something like Thor descending from the sky. A few of their other really great collectibles I haven't been able to pick up because they sell out pretty quickly. They're Magneto, they're Doctor Strange. If you can find those on eBay, those are the ones I'm envious of. And a lot of the toy photographers that I follow on Instagram use Mezco figures because they're definitely a little more affordable than the 6th scale 12-inch figures, but they have great detail, and they're also ripe for after finishing work. So if you want to take an airbrush or a paintbrush to these are also great to add a little bit more detail. And just an extra little thoughtfulness, they include Ziploc baggies for all the accessories, so you don't have to keep all the boxes. You can just have this displayed on your shelf and all the accessories in storage. I really, really like their Thor Ragnarok lineup. I think the Hela they have is great. That one is more of a skin-tight body outfit. Some of these nylons definitely could use a little bit of extra weathering. It's a little too clean here, and I think the likenesses are good enough. The paint jobs are definitely good enough for this scale. Like I said, I would want to put some paint on these, which is something we may do in the future. So definitely check them out, Mezco Toys. They're at New York Toy Fair, showing off a bunch of new stuff, and we'll be definitely checking them out at a future Comic-Con. But if you're into toy photography, if you have some favorite toy photographers that you follow online, let me know and share some of your pictures as well. I'd love to see them. But until then, see you next time. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Well, now that I have you here, I want to remind you that our newest Tested t-shirt is available for just a couple more days. It's our new logo shirt, an exploded diagram designed in partnership with Those Nerdy Design Sketches, and it's available until Monday on tested.com/shop. Picking up this shirt allows us to keep on working on model making projects, going to events, and supports us in general. Thank you so much for watching our videos, and hope you get this shirt. See ya.